Hi there, it's Kevin with the Rogue Deck Builder / Gone Rogue Games. Here in their box open video / rant video, I owe everyone a good old fashioned, well thought out rant about what I feel about Wizards of the Coast. I'm going to get to that when I have some time to actually get my thoughts together and just really flesh it out of all the problems that I'm having with Wizards of the Coast. I think I about lost it today when I was looking at a customer came in to buy Betrayal House on the Hill. Third edition, which I had to pre-order like months ago from distributors to finally get because it's been out of stock forever. And I went to go see, I wonder what these are going on, because this is a customer I want to, give a good deal. I know he has the ability to shop on like the Amazons or the Walmart.coms to get it. And Betrayal on the House Hill was literally cheaper. Brand new stinking game was literally cheaper to get from Amazon, where they even had their 38% off MSRP than I can actually get it from distributors right now. And I'm just livid with Wizards of the Coast business practices. I think they've been absolutely predatory on not just the consumer with their gimmicky products and their FOMO. Their FOMO, you got to buy this. They're really just squeezing every last drop out of people with all their gimmicks lately. But not only that, but they have just left their distributors, their key partners, their distributors, and their local game stores in the dust. I had a rant video about this on the Market channel, the Rogue Market channel. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, highly suggest you go over there, subscribe to it. I try to keep more of the market end of stuff on that channel. Basically, I have the 1, 2, 3 punch of channels. I have the Gone Rogue Games channel, where I review products like Pokemon here, Flesh and Blood, that people don't want to see on this channel. Usually when I get stuff in, I kind of just look at it, say unbox it, and give my thoughts on it. This channel, I eventually will get back to brewing. That's what this is supposed to be about. It is called the Rogue Deck Builder, where I'm supposed to be building rogue decks. I have a commander theme in Halloween coming up, so hopefully I can get to that before Halloween while it's still relevant. So I do want to get back to brewing decks and actually showcasing Magic the Gathering. And then, of course, my market channel is for the more financial aspect of it. But I thought I'd give this channel some love with a good old-fashioned Kevin rant video, as well as opening some of what I consider 2 gimmicky products. This is a good example of what I'm calling gimmicks here, because this set should have been able to sell by itself. I don't know why they need to put these, Shocklands, which they're going to run out of equity. We're going to talk about that here coming up. But they've already just patched into their equity of the fetch lands and the Shocklands. I mean, they're going to run dry of things they can do. Look at like Mana Drain and Mana Crypt out of Mana Vault out of the 2XM. Like 2XM took so much value, again, so much equity, collectability, and then especially when they've made all these etched foils, borderless foils, now galaxy foils, just crazy what they've been doing in this last few years, that they're never going to be able to keep pace with these sort of things. And I think both of these particular boxes would have been amazing long-term investments if we had any faith in Wizards of the Coast to not print shocks for the 15th billionth time, or fetch lands for the billionth time in a different order, in a different border. I know that these things need to be accessible, but this is a collectible card game. That's where people need to realize that, yes, there should be accessibility, but also people need to feel like the products that they purchase have the value in them for what they purchase it for. It just can't go to be worthless. Otherwise, who's going to buy the future products? And Wizards of the Coast tapping in both Shocklands and Fetch Lands in the same year is insane that they did that. That they are just really, really just juicing any sort of equity, reprint equity they have going forward. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just frazzled with a lot of things going on right now with the market, with Wizards of the Coast just seemingly doing just the wrong move after the wrong move, where they didn't, in my opinion, need to juice up a product like Modern Horizons by throwing fetch lands in it. And also, I don't know, if they need to sell an Unfinity set, okay, put shocks in it. It's just a weird, again, the people are just opening this up. No one gives a crap about any of the uncards, and they're just opening up for Shocklands and throwing away the rest of the cards. That's basically what it's come down to with these particular ones. But it's all about the fetch. It's all about the shock. These are the tried, tested, and true value cards in here. So this booster box opening was graciously sponsored by my good friend Tofu Timmy, who's been a patron forever, for the Rogue Deck Builder channel. So if you do want to sponsor a box opening, this particular drop is only available right now to patrons that are the $50 or above tier. I think that you end up saving $50 off a TCG player if you're going to buy these. I think this drop here is going for $550. Currently, Modern Horizons are going around $375 to $400, and Unfinity is actually holding quite strong at the $205. So we'll see how many Fets and Shocks we can get from both the Modern Horizons 2 Collector Boosters and the Unfinity. I would highly suggest people to pick these up and invest in these two products while they're still relatively low, based on the fact that they have the most in-demand cards in existence in Magic, which would be the 1/2 fetch shock combo. You need them for Pioneer, you need them for Modern, you need them both in Commander. I mean, they're going to go in every deck that can actually run these suckers, are going to run them. So, I mean, these are great cards, but I don't know if I can even trust Wizards that next year they'll have, you know, something else that's going to have shock lands, fetch lands, secret layers, whatever. So anyway, we'll see what we can find in this value here of the Unfinity. I still think Modern Horizons is just a slam dunk if you can get your hands on these suckers, because Modern Horizons, regardless of the fetch lands, is just packed full of both Commander and Modern staples. They're the most powerful cards ever printed. We're definitely in this Modern Horizons set. In fact, I'd like them to go back to old school Modern that didn't even have like Modern or Horizons in them, but another rant for another day. I am just full of rants. I am just full of rants. But again, I do owe everyone like a market video as well. There are some very interesting things going on in the MTG market with commons being $3 right now, which is also showing that people are just opening like these juicy products. They're leaving the draft boosters alone, and no one's drafting, no one's opening like the base products anymore, and it's just led for a huge like niche for commons on commons, where even like draft boosters now actually have some pretty good value in them just from the commons and uncommon slots. But anyway, that was another video for the day. I'm just talking about previews of videos I want to do and not even sticking to the video. Which one should you open first? Let's go with the Unfinity. Typically, you do get a couple shocks in here. You only get one Galaxy shock per booster display here. It's a 1 to 2, and then you do get the shock land in the first one. So good luck to Tofu Timmy for these boxes. Thank you for sponsoring this video. If you ever want product opened on video, it's just the regular cost. I don't upcharge for product openings. I just am sick of opening it for the store myself, so I'd rather open cards for you guys and show it on the YouTubes and then ship you the cards. So let's start off here with the good old box topper and see if we can get the what's the most worth shock lander? Let's do the black red. Is that still the most worth? Which is funny. I remember when I got back into Magic in Reach and Ravnica, black red was considered like the worst shock land out of them. It's either that or like the Celestia Gruul. One of those used to be the one you didn't want to open, but now it was all about lands that had blue in them were worth value. But now the black-red is a very popular color combination in both Pioneer and in Modern. All right, so here we go with our regular foil box topper land is going to be the Sacred Foundry. Actually, I think that was the cheapest one back when I started. Sacred Foundry. That is a pretty land, though. Very, very pretty. So let me see if I came prepared with my perfect fits. Of course, I did. Look at that. Actually, are these perfect fits or not perfect fits? We'll see regardless here. I think this is not a perfect fit. These perfect fits? Look at disorganized Kevin. There we go. There's a perfect fit. There is a nice, tight, perfect fit for you, Mr. Tofu Timmy. You get the Sacred Foundry as your box topper. Another thing that's going to always add value to these collector's booster boxes is the box topper. Form them. And I don't think anyone gives a crap about any of the cards in here, so we'll kind of go through these quickly and see how many fetch and shocks, because like I said, it's all about the fetch, it's all about the shocks. So let's get to it. So a little bit of funny about thing of Scrawn. If you're watching this video, Scrawn is all in on this card. He has been investing in the big top because he thinks that Wizards of the Coast is trying to get everyone just to accept that anything goes in Commander and in Casual, and he really thinks that Scrawn really thinks that the big top is going to be widely accepted by people. Since it's a black bordered, it's going to be widely accepted to play in a Commander deck. So people are going to start, and it's so thematical, so you can actually run the big top like, oh, I'm a Celestia player, so I'm going to wear my Celestia shirt so I can actually activate this with my Commander. So let's see if Scrawn is right to see if this big top is going to age well. I thought that was funny with him. I don't know. I think that people are more anal than that in the reality of gaming. They want things to be legal or not legal and kind of stick to it. All right, so we have no shock land yet. Got a black hole is the Galaxy foil. Oh, is that a Galaxy? Yeah, it's a Galaxy foil for a black hole. And then we get, it came from Planet Glurg, also another Galaxy foil. So lots of Galaxy foils. I mean, they're not the rarest, I guess. And the first Galaxy foil land is going to be a mountain. And we also have the land that is of the Isles. Let's actually zoom in a little bit here to get to the cards. That way people can see them better. Now, did I lose focus forever for the rest of the video? No, that was good. All right, so we got the mountain and we got the island for the galaxy foils. And I think that they're holding okay. I think that this is the issue, is if people want to foil out their entire commander deck, it takes quite a bit of them. It's going to do what the Theros lands did, that they bottomed out for a while, and then everyone wants identical lands in all of their decks. So, or identical, all the same identical land in their deck. And then, so they're going to get, 10 of these for a commander deck, or 12, or whatever basics they end up running. All right, so let's go on to the next one. We have a slight malfunction. That's definitely not what Wizards doing. They're malfunctioning all over the place. Then we have no shock so far. Bingo. No shock. We have the Hospitality Hostess and a Forest and a Blood Crypt. So there's our first shock. The first shock is the Blood Crypt and the good old Forest here. So those are both great. Blood Crypt is one of the most expensive shock lands, I believe, at the moment. It was like, that one was like, what, 40, 50 bucks before the reprint. So like I said, I don't know. I think that if we could rely on Wizards not reprinting Shocklands in 2 years, I think this would be a good investable product. But it's anyone's guess. I think the market is also adjusting to that. That no one has any faith in Magic the Gathering products at the moment. Oh, this pack didn't want to open correctly. Come on. That means it's going to be a good pack, right? If it doesn't split open, right? We have a nice little elephant. The elephant in the room. And so Shock's always going to be the back because animate Graveyard. Just I still wonder, like, some of these roll cards, how well they're going to be incorporated in. It's not just Kim Possible from good looks as an aged Kim Possible. So then we have Bob and Trust Chief Engineer, and then we have an Island and the Galaxy Forest. That one's a pretty card, so that's what we're paying for. So $200 for a pile of lands. Still not a bad deal. Not a bad deal, but I don't know. To me, it's still kind of gimmicky when to sell a joke set. That's exactly how they have to do it. They put in those real Magic cards that are in demand. All right, so let's go to another Tusk Warriors. Devil Knievel. And then we get a Forest and the Galaxy Plains. So I really like this Plains. It's one of my favorite of the lands there. The Galaxy Plains. And go on to the next pack. At least Modern Horizons will be a little more interesting with other cards that we can open. What, Ragavan and Ren and 6. I mean, look at Ragavan's already been printed in 2XM. Right? Wasn't it? I can't remember if it's already been reprinted. I thought it was. Or maybe I'm thinking of Dockside Extortionist. Maybe Ragavan hasn't seen a reprint. Geez, these packs do not want to split open. Okay, get down to the good stuff. The Myra the Magnificent. See, again, these, I wonder how well these are going to age, if people are actually going to adopt them in Commander or not. Because if so, then these should be able to recover once the dust settles from, like, the lands. But, I mean, that's the problem when you put Galaxy Foils and stuff, is it eats up all the value, and then these go to nothing as people just open them up to find the lands they want. Rules Lawyer, my favorite type of Magic player, for sure. And then we have Characterist, and we have that beautiful forge-looking mountain, as well as the Galaxy Plane. So, Timmy, this wants you to definitely run a white deck. I don't know if white is a color you run. You'll have to sponsor another Commander video, and I'll make you only white cards using your Galaxy Foil Planes that you are opening. Next up, we have Nearby Planet. And have the Staying Power. That's a cool card. Until end of turn. Until end of turn, and this turn effects don't end. And it's almost, the way they bordered these two, it almost looks like a full art that it's legal. The way they have it with these list ones, where they have the black border down there. The most dangerous, that's Scrawn's argument. He thinks that people are going to start showing up to Commander Nights with uncards, just not knowing that they're not legal because it's so kind of weird to differentiate. I disagree, though. We have the Swamp. So what a lot of people are saying too, that these are like, people are blinging out their Warhammer decks with Unfinity ones, the planetary ones, because it's so on theme. So that also is something to do with why these prices are, holding pretty steady. All right, an island, beautiful island. So Oh, yeah. Again, once I get my thoughts together, I'd love to do a nice rant video and show the market, show exactly what I'm talking about. There are, though, so that's the one thing I want to encourage people is during any bear market, there are just as many opportunities as there are during a bull market. Oftentimes, bull markets are harder to make money because everyone is just spending money, and it's like everything's just so easy mode that everyone's doing it. Whereas now, like I said, it's kind of crazy that there's this opportunity for buy listing and selling these lower end cards to actually make decent profits when like considers are worth almost $3 and things like Deadly Disputes, where you can actually find products that have those in them. I think it's Chandra's Spellbooks right now. You can actually buy list the contents of Chandra's spell list to Card Kingdom and actually make a profit if you actually buy Chandra's Spellbooks from me at distributor cost. That's another rant too. I can still get things like Chandra's Spellbooks from distributors. Those are so old by this point. They are ancient in the scope of like what's available from distribution. All right, that's a pretty card. And we have the double Swamp Pack. One is a Galaxy Foil. So this Galaxy Foil is not that impressive. You can barely see the stuff on it. Some of them really pop. Some are just like barely better. And a Zombie Employee, that's definitely everyone that works at Gone Rogue Games. They are zombie employees. Never get anything done. Alrighty, next up we have these packs. I hate how they open. They keep splitting the wrong way, or maybe I'm just not the brightest. All right, so we have Super Duper Lost. That is Kevin most of the time. Super Duper Lost of what I want to do. And we have the Space Bellerin, Full Art Space Bellerin. Again, how much is this sucker worth? Is it even worth money anymore for these Planeswalkers? Ooh. Making sectors. I can't believe they made that. That one's kind of weird for Magic because you have to like sector stuff out. This probably should have been an Acorn card. And a Plains and a Mountain. So we got the Plains and then we got that Galaxy Foil Mountain. Which again, yeah, I can see how the Warhammer people would want these in their decks. It definitely is on theme to foil out your Warhammer deck with these space-aged cards. Okay, we have not seen a Galaxy Foil Shock yet. There's the Comet Stellar Pup that actually has a legacy deck for it that apparently is pretty decent. And we have another one of these packs, the double. Here's me, here's my self-portrait. A teddy bear. That's me, cute little teddy bear. All right, so we got the Mountain, and again, Galaxy Foil in this one kind of pops, but not really as much as some of the others. Beautiful art, though. Love that Mountain. All right, next up. A couple packs left. There should be one in here unless it got shifted. Unless this collector's got shifted. Doubt we're going to get a two-packer with the way these are going, and these things will not split. Okay. Bird gets the worm. Okay. Don't try this at home, everyone. You'll lose money. Do not try this at home. We have... Is that going to be a Galaxy? Nope. More Plains. More of the Plains. Force in a Plains. So all about that shock. We've got just the box topper and one. No Galaxy. Just a regular. Which I think, again, on average you get one regular, one Galaxy. The Zookeeper. I'm just going to go through these quite quickly. Another Mira the Magnificent. And an Island and a Forest. So we have this last pack left. Man, this must really suck if there isn't a Galaxy Foil in this one. Because that's the first box. This will be the first case that I've, or display that I've opened up that did not have a Galaxy Foil. And then that will wreck the value of this box if it doesn't have one, because that's where the vast majority of the value comes from, is that one Galaxy Foil that we crack. And man, this pack does not want to open, which I guess is a good sign. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Last pack. I feel super sorry for you, Mr. Bacon Bombs, if you do not get a Galaxy Foil, because that, again, is the first one I've seen. Wow. Dang. That Blood Crypt wasn't a Galaxy, right? I'm going to have to check through this really... The Galaxy Foil should be in the place of a land. That's where it was, right? We'll go through this one more time to see if I just missed it somehow. So we got the Sacred Foundry was the box topper. And we have... the Blood Crypt was a Galaxy Foil. Holy cow! The Blood Crypt, you can barely see it. That's why I didn't notice it. Look at the Galaxy Foil on the Blood Crypt. There it is. So there's the Galaxy Foil. Let's get this guy sleeved up. It's definitely a pricey little card there. So it's just barely subtly on the sun there. Yeah, crazy. I know that the other ones really pop, but that's the difference between... So no regular shock. That is awful. Because typically that's what you do. You average like one shock and one... So one foil and one Galaxy with it. And we did not get a regular shock there. So there's all the value. All the value of that entire case can be boiled down to here with these. Which I'm wondering why, like, the unstable... what was the unset that came out? Oh my gosh. The box set. We had the lands, the 5 of every lands. Wonder why that one didn't age that well, because you can still buy those from distributors. That's what I'm talking about. You can still get the base set. I think people just like to gamble. So whenever they do like the living card game type stuff and just give you everything, then that takes away the gambling aspect of it. And it actually affects the prices, which is nuts. Because yeah, those lands are pretty sweet. Do I have an unstable I can open up here? I swear I've got one lying around. Oh, I was gonna open one up and show you the lands from not unstable, but from the Gosh, I can't even think of the unset. Anyway, let's get on to the next one here before we're here all night with the Modern Horizons 2. So this one's all about the fetch. So let's actually see if we get more fetch lands out of an entire case of Collector's Edition than we do with a whomping couple shock lands. So I guess shocks have that going for them, is that actually the supply of them from Unfinity was not that great. It was not like everyone expected to, have like one every 4 packs that I've typically seen when shock lands have been released. That was on average when you'd get one from like Ravnica Allegiance, or I think it was 1 out of every 4 or 1 every 6. I can't remember the odds on it, but it was like 4 per box. They had Collector's Edition back then, though. I think you'd get a lot more. Okay, first pack of Modern Horizons. We'll kind of get to the juicy stuff since everyone's seen this set. Oh man, these actually don't smell that bad. They're not oily. Some of these ones were so oily. Prismatic Ending, great little uncommon. We have the etched foils out of this one. So we get the Master of Death. Man, all of these cards too. I think the set's going to age so well. So this one, okay, this one doesn't have a surveil mechanic, but apparently they're renaming surveil like anything that has does a surveil type thing. So then cards that say whenever you surveil, I think are going to be sought after. So this might actually be a spec card with just the surveil changes and people wanting to make like surveil decks. So Beaver upkeep, if it's in your graveyard and you have 1 life to return to your hand. All right, so we have Late to Dinner, which is what I'm going to be, the Thought Monitor, which does see play in Modern. The Glimmer Baron as an etched foil. Or nope, that's just an old school foil. The Soul Snare as another foil. The Generous Gift as the etched foil. Sees a lot of Commander play. There's your money. All right, you already got it. You got the Force of Negation. The Force of Negation coming out hot. And grab a nice little perfect fit for that. And a Shardless Agent is actually, no one cares about the Shardless Agent. Does the Shardless Agent see play, though? So maybe a full art Shardless Agent might be something that is worthwhile. But man, that is a great card. The Force of Negation, which is etched foiled. And the Shardless Agent. Shardless Agent can come in here as well. Beautiful cards. Yeah, I'm already liking this Modern Horizons box. So much better. So first one, huge hit. Even though it wasn't a fetch land, that is a huge, huge hit. We have the Manticore. Let's just get to the good stuff. Where do we go to? Oh, Counterspell. That sucker's actually been holding value. We got the Forest. Got an Out of Time. And a Kitchen Imp. The Grief. Good card too. The Arrow Media with like kind of weird text to it. The old school framing and the text. The Motoskellion. Bone Shards. Braids, which, is it still banned, Commander, or the unbanned Braids? I can't remember. This was originally like a banned card in Braids. Ooh, that's creepy and etched. Look at those teeth shine. Look at that. Cool card there. And we have the Academy Manufacturer as well. And a crab. Kevin's got crabs. All right, so next pack. These packs actually open up nicely. Don't have to struggle with them like I did with the Unfinity. Hard evidence. I'll give you some hard evidence. Let's go to these lands. I think will age very well too. The indestructible lands, unless they reprint every commander set. We'll have to wait and see. Just so many cards. So many of these bulk cards out of... ooh, there's the Grist, the Hunger Tide. Full art. No fetches, but have already got some good hits here. The Goblin Anarchomancer. The Hall of Helad's Generosity. Again, very good card that I think will age well in the scope of Commander. And Solitude. Oh, that's another pretty penny card. Solitude sees a ton of play in Modern. Ton of play. And it is the full art foil for the Solitude. Man, see, this is crazy. Now thinking that this is still relatively cheap. This isn't like, if this were Magic in 2018, by now, Modern Horizons Collector's Boosters should be to the moon. Yeah, I mean, they're decently pricey at the $400. I think that they're originally like $240, $250, $260, somewhere around there. Is what the distributor cost was it. So they've done almost a double up. But I would think with the jam-packed value of something like Modern Horizons, if it wasn't competing with all the other new shiny stuff, this should be like a $600 box by now. Or at least a $500 box right now. With just a full art Solitude that just sees foreplay throughout Modern like crazy. I mean, the demand for this card is through the roof. And it's, you know, still in an imprint set. These things are, well, not imprint. I mean, this is out of print now. This is crazy. This just shows you the overprinting of Wizards of the Coast has done to their... Yeah, no wonder you're finding set booster boxes for $52 on Amazon on their dumb little Prime Day sales. Wizards of the Coast is just... They've killed... Like, all roads have led to, like, these products. Why would anyone want to buy some dusty old set booster from the newest... And it was something that's brand new that people can't even get excited about. Alrighty, rant over. We'll keep going back to the cards. Chef's Kiss. We have... Man, some of these cards I'm just skipping over to are so good, too. The Titanium Protector's Argoth, which is another card that got up to a pretty little penny for a while. And then we really want to be kissing some chefs. As long as I'm the chef, we'll allow it. And oh, that's just a token. So, no fetches. It's not all about the fetch. Not all about the shock. It's all about the misses today. Another Mount Velis Manicore. And Chatterstorm. This was such a fun set to draft. There we go. First shock is the Scalding Tarn full art. Perfect hit. Most expensive fetch still? I don't even know anymore. From, oh, Beautiful Vindicate. Another generous gift. Awesome, awesome box here. The Ingenious Infiltrator. Guy's Will. And the Necrogoyf, which is such a cool card too, with the Madness 3. Really, really cool card for discard decks. And it also enables Madness going forward. Really cool design. They just went like crazy with the design of this set. This set has so many sleepers that I think are going to... Like, here's another one, Ingenious Infiltrator. It still will go in basically every one of the new Jiu-Jitsu decks that just was released. I think that commander is very popular. It's like a top 10. And then we have... There's a couple of these black-blue commander decks that are very, very popular. I'm trying to think of the most popular commander deck. And then this can easily go in it. Alrighty. It has the Commander Ninjutsu card. But this is a really cool Ingenious Infiltrator in the etched foil. Whoa, as I throw it on the ground. Kevin threw it on the ground. Not going to be part of your guys' system. Alright, so where was I before I started karaokeing? Yeah, anyway. Dang, lots of cool stuff in this set. Such well designed, such a fun draft set. Dang, I want to draft Modern Horizons again. Who wants to come down to my store and draft Modern Horizons? My locals just like to play Commander. I need some people to come down. Come down to RogueCon. Come and draft with me. Let's just draft all these old sets that I didn't get to. Not old sets, just sets I got to miss out on. I didn't even draft Modern... No, I did one Double Masters. Did I do one Master? No. Did we? See, I can't even remember. It must have been anticlimactic. But did 0 Balders. That was a huge letdown. No one wanted to draft it. All right, let's go on to the good stuff. We have the Dakin Shadowslayer and a Defile, which is what I've done to this video, and now we get our second fetch lands being the Marshflash Etched Foil. Marshflash Etched Foil Old School Border. Are all the Etched Foils Old School Border? I can't remember from this set. And we have a Suspend. We have a nice suspense. So far, we have the 2 fetches versus the 2 shocks, which were right on par with it. So there was no box topper in this particular collector's edition. Okay. Oh, as I throw the Unholy Heat, which actually this card does see play in a Modern. Just packed full of cards that Pauper and Modern see play. An Unmarked Grave, which will sadly probably be my reality. No one will remember me when I die. Sad. Then we have Bone Shards, the Liquid Metal Torque, which should do very well, age very well. Shenanigans, which is every video I do. Another Noble Hierarch. Remember this guy? It was pre-selling for so much because everyone was like price memorying the Noble Hierarch and like, oh, this is even better for Jund. And then it's just gone down to like nothing. And then we have the Dakin Shadowslayer. Cool card for sure. Got the Surveil mechanic in it with the Dakin Shadowslayer. Pretty cool. So, alrighty. So here we go with the Soul of Migration. I believe this card actually does see Pauper play with the Evoke part to then reanimate it. I believe it does. I swear I've seen some reanimation decks with this. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke here. Alright, so get on to the good stuff here. The Yevamaya Cradle of Growth. Really cool card. This is under Ban Rofellos, and this card will go way up. In Commander, another Titania Protector of Argoth in the full art Galvanic Relay. The Floodhound, Ornithopter of Paradise. Do you know how many of these stupid things I sell to Commander players? Like, people always want this Ornithopter of Paradise. I guess they like their mana rocks that can be destroyed. Void Mirror. If no colored mana was spent, then they counter it with the Void Mirror. And we have the Obsidian Charmer. So far, nothing. Nada con carne. A couple packs left. We have nice little bridge here. Double bridge. Another Ornithopter of Paradise. Yeah, the bulk in here is not even bulk. That's what's so cool about the Modern Horizons. So, yeah. More reasons for you to join the Patreon. Might as well shill it here. This is a drop that is available to the upper tier patrons. If you're a $50 or more patron, you are eligible to get these awesome drops. I try to treat those, my high spenders, pretty good with some of these insane drops. All right, Giver of Runes, Dusty play. So 2 fetches, 2 shocks. What's the big winner? Another bridge. Maybe these will be the new fetch lands, shock lands. I think they'll be reprinted a lot in Commander decks, though. So I don't know if they'll be able to hold value. We have Moderation, which is absolutely not what Wizard of the Coast is doing right now. The Chatterstorm, which is me. I'm chatter. The Talisman of Creativity. Yeah, Etch Foil, or the Etch Foil. That one's actually pretty cool. It's a reprint from the Modern. They put it in the old bordered Icefiend Coatl. Hey, there's Marsh Flats. We have another old border Marsh Flats from the good old Onslaught border, since these did not exist in the old border, so people can actually match their lands in Legacy. There is Marsh Flats, so we have up to 3. So all of the fetch lands are white. Almost all the lands are black, right? Blood Crypt. What was our Sacred Foundry was? Almost all were white. So it wants you to play Mardu. So I guess you're playing. Oh, I guess we have the Scalding Tarn, but I guess that one can still go get your Blood Crypt. Can all our fetch lands get a Blood Crypt and our Sacred Foundry? I think they can. Look at that. It's right on theme. So far, all of our fetch lands can go and fetch up our shock land from one of our shock lands from Unfinity. Look at that. See? The stars are aligning today. Let's go on to the good stuff. Timeless Dragon. We have the Garadrone, the Hada, the Step Through, Brainstone, nice little Talisman of Resilience, the Disc. Woo, this pack was... wow. I don't know. I wish you guys could smell. For whatever reason, this pack was incredibly oily, and I just got shot with like this really poignant oil smell. It just almost made me pass out. I don't know which card was it in there. Wow. 1 pack left to go. And maybe we will just get our 3 fetches. I don't know if that was average from the collectors or not of what these will see. Smelling Fear. It wasn't quite what I was smelling, but wow, it almost made me end the video here. And we have Late to Dinner, Galvanic Relay, Step Through, Patriarchal Spitting, Goblin Engineer. This card would be good if it wasn't printed a million times. And there you have it. So, we end up with the good old combo of 3 fetch lands, being Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn, and we have the Blood Crypt and the Sacred Foundry. So for 500 bucks, if you're looking for fetch land, shock lands, there's probably better ways to do that. Not sure the value in here. What's a Blood Crypt Galaxy foil going for? This one's just not very special with that foiling process. Not sure what the old school Marsh Flats are going for the Scalding Tarn full art, but I mean, still though, really cool cards in this. Modern Horizon, the big difference though is Modern Horizon backs it up with like sheer value. Even the commons, look at the Smelfear. Smelfear is going to be a common. This is the first card I picked up. This is going to be a common that's going to have value long term, because it's not only the proliferate mechanic is just so popular in Commander, but you know, fighting also is becoming more relevant with commanders that want to fight, that do stuff with the fight mechanic. So just the bulk is not bulk in Modern Horizons. The bulk is definitely bulk in Unfinity. Very bulky. But there you have it. Thank you, Tofu Timmy, Bacon Bombs, for sponsoring this video. Again, highly encourage you. Come over to patreon.com/roguedeckbuilder. Sponsor some box opening videos for me. I'd love to do them. I'd love to open this product and just rant and talk. I hope people enjoy this video. And I'll be back to actually brewing some decks. Bear with me as I find my bearings again. I'm going to try to do some Commander decks. Want to get back to doing some of the more shiny Commander videos where I actually do some editing and stuff. So I think it'd be fun to get me motivated again. Hope you enjoyed this video. Kevin with GoneRogueGames /Rogue Deck Builder. Thanks for watching.